Hey everybody, it's Brick Waffle again, and we are back on Scorched Earth, and we need to trim our beard up. It looks like we're getting pretty shaggy again. But today we are going to start a new project. Unfortunately, this is the second attempt at this episode. I had recorded an episode where we started the new base out there in the flats, and I'm going to show you guys what I did here in just a minute. Due to some graphic driver updates and automatic optimization and whatnot, effectively what I got was a black screen for the entire episode. So that stinks, but we're going to recover from that. I'm going to show you what we've built, and we're going to go on from there to make our new project, which is eventually going to be to move all this stuff over to the new base. But before we do that, we want to have a home for our new dinos over there as well. We're going to keep this here as like a little waypoint with a bed in it, that sort of thing. But I just wanted to kind of show you guys what was going on. And thank you, I think it was Bee Swarm that gave the comment that I could have picked up Tracy with the Argentavis. For some reason, I just totally forgot they could pick up dinosaurs. You are 100% correct. So that's what we're here to do. Grab Tracy and we're going to bring her with us. Because if we need to fight anything, Tracy's going to be our girl. So let's fly back over this way and I'll show you what we've got going on. It's not, it's more than I expected to have off camera, but it's not too bad so far. We've still got lots to do over here. You can start to see it rendering in. It's kind of hard to see the adobe in the desert, and I'm sure that's by design. So maybe in the future we will paint this at some point. But what we've got right now is basically one large building here. It's kind of rectangular. It's got a little porch. We've got a little covered walkway over to our bed area. That's going to be our bedroom. And then we've got some open space all around here. And this is what we want to wall off a little bit. So this area over here could be great for dinosaurs. We want to find a place to put a behemoth gate and some walls. Probably do something similar over here, but I don't think we're going to be able to use the terrain quite as well as we did in the canyon. So we might actually just have to wall stuff off the regular way rather than trying to use the natural walls as well. So for now, let's drop Tracy right there, and let's go ahead and drop our Argentavis right next to her. There we go. And inside here, I've already got a few materials made up for today's project. Whoops. Inside, you can see we've got a little bit of a strange look here. Some of these walls don't have the wooden supports, and that's because these are large walls. I think, yeah, large adobe walls. They actually go up 4 tall on their own, but unfortunately, they don't come with the wooden supports the regular adobe walls do. So maybe they'll fix that in the future. But for now, what we can do is come over here. We can see Morellatops or 2 or 3 getting stuck on our base. We might have to worry about that later on. And then this will be our bedroom area. So this will be nice to kind of have our blueprints and our bed and that sort of thing. And then out here, we've got access to everything again. So, hey Morellatops, what are you doing? They like walking into buildings, don't they? Not real smart. But I like this covered walkway. I thought that turned out pretty well. And in here, I've got some materials for today's episode. We've got lots of walls, fence foundations, fence supports, behemoth gates, and big old adobe gates too. So we're going to try to grab maybe half of each of these, maybe 25 of each. That seems like it's reasonable. And we're just going to go ahead and go out here. No, we can't move. We're not going to go out here. Maybe we need half and half again. Okay, we'll see how that goes. I want to play with these fence foundations and fence supports, and I'm not sure where I want to start with all this stuff. I think I want to fence in this whole area, and that's going to be a big project. I think we want to go... Yeah, this big flat courtyard here looks like a great place to have dinosaurs. I think we actually want to grab one of the gates too, because I think that's going to be more important than getting the fences to line up, is getting the gates positioned where I want them. Can I grab any of those gates while I've got this? Can I get more? I sure... Wow, the gates... Oh, because they're adobe, not stone. Okay, so the gates aren't very heavy. I think we want to do that over this way. Let's put that down. We don't need the bowls right this second. This area over here seems like it's pretty good. We want to kind of do that. Yep, so that's one gateway kind of pointing out towards the canyon. Let's get a door in there as well. We don't need the GPS. I know where I am. There we are. And then we're going to want to get the behemoth gateways over here going a similar way. And I don't know if we'll wall everything off together, but I think eventually we will. Connect this as one big kind of curtain wall. Over here we want something similar, so maybe right there. Get out. Oh yeah, and they're S+ gateways, so they open when you approach. That's kind of cool. And then we probably want one back this way as well. So that's going to be an awful lot to wall in. I think I have like 200 walls. That's probably not going to cover it. Let's come over this way. Yeah, this looks like the normal kind of run through here. So we're going to put that right about there. There we go. So those are the gateways. Now we kind of see how big of an area I'm talking about. And we're going to have to kind of come out and around to wall that off together. I do want to play with the fence supports, which are from Structures Plus, and they help you line up fences so that they're even height, no matter what the ground does. So I want to kind of find the middle point. Where do I want to find the middle point for that? I think it's going to be right around here. All right, let's do a couple of experiments together. Let's see if we can figure out how these work. So one is, do they snap to these gates, the regular fence foundations? And they do. Okay, that's pretty nice. So if I use those, and then I use one of these fence foundations, they snap to it. They do. And I think the way this works is that now will support the wall, even if the fence foundation wouldn't. So these stick up out of the ground. That's what I need, is a bunch of these then. Right? So if I do that, will you snap to this? Or is it still going to be just as painful as putting down regular fence foundations? Yeah, kind of. Alright, so let's go grab some walls. I think I know how those work. So those are going to support the fence from the side, and that means our fence will be level all the way around, which would be really nice. And then, of course, we're going to have to break all these rocks and things, too, at some point, but we'll wait till we have our ankylosaur over here for that. Not going to do all of that by hand. Yeah, I can't quite carry all those. Oh, I can't even quite carry all those. Let's try that, that, and that. And we'll put some of those away for now. Yeah, we can carry all that. Perfect. Probably made more fence foundations than I need if this works the way it looks like it will. This is going to be so much nicer. So we'll do some of this off camera. We'll do this in between episodes, but this is what we want to do. So we got the wall there. Really? Really? They talked about being triggered on their advertisement for this mod because, you know, you have fence foundations that are wrong, but I think what we have to do is actually... I think we can't use the fence foundation. Oh, Morellotop, seriously. Get off me. I think we have to just use the fence foundations, or fence supports rather, not the foundations. Let's try that. Will you snap? I'm not sure. Oh, you know what though? Those were going to be floating above the ground anyway, so we're going to have to pick all this stuff back up. That's why we do a few of these before we really get too far along. Okay, so that one snaps. And then does this one snap to it still? Yep. Okay. Did that snap in the same spot? I think it did. That's weird. I want to snap to it. Don't replace it. Oop, I had it for a second. There it goes. And then this way over here. Like that. Then if we come back in this direction. Why is it floating above the ground? That's so strange. Can I put... Oh, that's going to be annoying. At least I can put them in the ground, but that's kind of annoying. An extra set of walls that I really can't make much use of. You know what, though? I'll take it for a flat fence. It's just stone, and as you can see, we've got a lot of that we're going to clear out of here. So we'll do a lot of this in between episodes. I'm not going to do that all right now. That would be really boring to watch. But maybe between this episode and the next one, or at some point in the future, we'll have that. For now, I think what we'll do is we'll only bring over the dinosaurs that we can leave on neutral. Or maybe, you know what? Maybe we won't bring any dinosaurs over. That's probably even smarter. We'll just do this, and once it's all ready and we've got it all walled off, then we'll bring over the other dinos. So Tracy, you can stay here for now because we're going to need you from time to time to help us get rid of some of these annoying guests when they've overstayed their welcome. Like you guys need to go. Just ruining everything. Go. Go. Get out my way. There we go. Parasaurs, I don't want you around. There we are. Just clean it up a little bit. I don't want you around either, guys. There it goes. There. And look at that. Tracy leveled up again. Can I get you to jump up here? No? Oh, that's too bad. That would have been nice to be able to just jump up there. But we'll put you over here by the railing. You're pretty safe over this way. And we're going to work on your melee damage. Thank you very much, Tracy. Alright, so what we want to do instead is move some of the other crafting materials and beds and things like that over, or make some new ones. And that'll help us get everything set up on this base so that we can really take advantage of a much bigger location. And that'll help us do some cool stuff in the future as well. I'll probably keep this gate up even after we move the dinos, just because why not? You know, you've got a little defensible area over here. Probably leave the Rex for now, though, because if I put her on neutral, she's going to go attack everything that comes nearby, and then she could end up way away from our base. And we don't want that. How much of this stuff can we pick up versus how much is S, you know, that's not S+, that's a regular bookshelf. This is S+, that's S+, that's S+, that one's not, that one is, that one's not. So about half of this stuff we can pick up, half of it we're going to have to remake. That's unfortunate, but you know, that's alright. The cooking pot, I think, is over here. Keep the feeding trough for now. We're going to make another bed. And do we have enough stuff to make another bed? I think I mentioned in the previous episode that didn't happen. We also have the stacking mod now, which makes things much, much easier. It doesn't reduce the weight of things, wood, thatch, fiber, and hide, but it does make things significantly easier in that regard. Wood, I need thatch and fiber. Oops, that's right. I don't know how much of that we actually need. We get thatch and fiber and a smithy, maybe? But it does make our inventory space go a lot farther. Yeah, there we go. And we got bed. Perfect. Oops. No, and yes. And let's go ahead and just throw that in there as well. So we're definitely going to need our bed. We're probably not going to need those stone fence foundations, so I'll probably, in between episodes, place and break those just to get them back. What else can we pick up? Is there anything in our crafting station? A little bit, actually. Let's see if we can... where is it? Pick up crafting station. There it goes. Encumbered. And we'll make a couple trips and do that. I'm not going to do all of this on camera, but you guys can get the idea. Some stuff I'll be able to pick up and take with me. Some stuff I'm going to have to recraft. And anything you guys have seen me do on camera, I'll probably do in between episodes, so we don't have to do that together again. For today, I think we want to do a little bit more exploring since we have our RG, and maybe get a few levels while we're at it. But let's go ahead and drop this stuff off, and then we'll head out. I'll show you where we're going to go. And the general layout, like I said, this main building is going to be the crafting room. Upstairs is going to be a little less convenient because going up and down ladders isn't super great. So that'll be stuff we don't use very often. And then the bedroom will be in that back area. So let's see, the S+ crafting table. Let's see, we're going to use that, and we want to put that... where do I want to put? I don't want to put that right by a window. I want to leave this area for fabricators and big stuff. I think we're going to keep it right over here, because that way you can reach in the inventory of all those extra large storage chests and things. And for now, I'm just going to put all this stuff back in it, even if it doesn't necessarily make a whole lot of sense there for now. Over here we want our bed, and I think we want this, let's just go ahead and use item. I think we want this on this wall. Like, oh, come on now. That, there we go. And let's rename this to main base. Oops, come on now, main base. There it goes. Good, so now we got a place we can respawn if we die. And like I said, I'll do the rest of that stuff off camera. Let me go drop off these fences and walls. I'm sure somebody's pointing that out in the comments already. There you go. Get our GPS, get our bolas. And let's just make a note here. Our GPS says we are at basically 6260, more or less. We can remember that. If we get to 6060, we'll be able to see that again. So not too bad at all. Now here's where we are. We've got a lot of this map we haven't explored, which means there's a lot of Scorched Earth I haven't seen. So I think we're just going to fly due north to start with, which is pretty much that way. And we're just going to try to uncover a little bit of the map together and see what we can find, because I have not done hardly any of this at all. And if we level up our RG again, we're going to work on her speed. We've got pretty decent stamina, and she's up to 125 speed, which isn't terrible either. But we have seen this flat area out here. We've seen that. I thought we'd seen that obelisk. Maybe we've seen a different one. We saw one of them that had a little oasis by it. It must have been a different one, though, because I don't see... That's too far away to be on our map. And if we get any beacon drops while we're out here, too, that would be great. I'd be pretty happy with that. So let's go ahead and fly around. We'll keep an eye out. Green ones I'm not too worried about. If it's down here when we come by, like it is, we'll go ahead and go after that one. Really, anything higher than that would be wonderful, because there's going to be stuff that's hard for us to craft in a single-player world. When we get to things like the tech tier, you have to farm bosses to get enough materials to make it. It's really not going to be possible for us in a single-player world. when the series gets to the point where that's the only thing left for us to do, maybe we'll just cheat some of that in together and look at it, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. And maybe by that point we'll be on to a multiplayer game of some kind. Paintbrush is pretty useful. Cookpot, hey, look at that. Some stuff we don't have to recreate. I'm fine with it. The regular non-S Plus Adobe stuff, though, I really don't want it. It's just too painful to use. That stuff we'll keep, though. And I know I can go in and adjust the drops for the beacons to include all the modded stuff as well. Maybe I'll do that at some point. I don't want this to be a lot of beacon hunting, though. Since it's a single-player world, when I log in, it's live and with you guys, and when I log out, it stops. So it's not like there's people going out and getting beacon drops in between. It's really only if I'm doing that. And I try not to play a whole lot without you guys on. I unintentionally did the other day, trying to record that episode, but most of the time I want you guys to be part of this as well. So this looks like another oasis, similar to the last one. It might have even been the same one. Okay, it is. So that was northeast quite a bit further than I expected. Let's go up here, because I can see there's all sorts of things. I think it's really all desert. I mean, I'm sure there's some other kind of biomes, for lack of a better word, like this kind of cactus forest. Yeah, I don't know. It seems okay. That's the one thing I don't like about Scorched Earth. It looks amazing, but it's kind of all one environment, and I wish there were some other kinds of areas in it, because there's lots of different kinds of desert in the world. See how this purple one's shaping up. And maybe it's true. That's why we're going to go exploring. I really haven't even looked at a map on the wiki. I'm guessing there's no oceans here. That one I'm going to just assume. But everything else, I could be wrong. There could be all sorts of things over here. Some kind of steppe land or dry forest, that sort of thing. That might be worth waiting on. We'll keep an eye out. And it looks like there's a lot of metal over here too, which is pretty nice. I'm going to get this vulture because this is one I was trying to get before and couldn't get with my wolf. Hard to attack these vultures, though. They're really hard to turn. Oh man, it broke my primitive desert cloth. Wow, maybe that was a bad choice. Oh wow, they're almost killing me. Yep. Okay, well, I'm not going to mess with the vultures anymore. Those seem like the Dimorphodons of Scorched Earth. They do a lot of damage for their size for some reason. And they might follow us for too long. Let's see how that goes. Let's go ahead and get our food filled all the way back up. Are you guys still following me? Also, oh, we're losing health from the heat, too. It might not have all just been the vultures. Alright, well, let's see if we can get somewhere safe-ish before we die. Maybe, maybe not. We're going to stay low to the ground because if I do die, I want to be able to get our RG back as well. Man. Is that just the difference with the cloth armor broken? I can't repair it, can I? No, what do I need? Everything. Hide, fiber, and silk because we didn't bring any materials with us. Whoops. Yeah, I think we're going to be okay. Doesn't seem like we're losing health that quickly. Okay, so maybe middle of the day in the desert's not the best time to explore. Should have thought of that. But we'll go home, we'll repair this stuff up. And I don't think we're going to do a whole lot more. I'm sorry about having this kind of be a little bit of a scattered episode. Like I said, the whole base building was supposed to be a project together, and ended up losing most of that. But you guys can see what we're going to do. And I'm going to get the fence put up at some point. Maybe not this episode, probably not before the next one, just to make sure we make the best use of our time. Actually, let's go ahead and go all the way back to the other base so I can repair this desert armor too, because we don't have any silk or anything transported over here yet. That'll be probably the last thing I do is load up all the dinos with different materials and, you know, kind of cart it all over there. Yeah, otherwise it's going to be a lot of trips with the RG. And flying parasaurs. Okay. Let's get back in here. I'm pretty sure that we can repair this stuff pretty easily. There we go. Do we have enough hide and silk and things in here? Silk and hide, yeah, and fiber. I think that's all we needed. Let's just bring all of this in here. There we go. That's going to be much better. And one thing I probably also need to make is a tent. That way if we get caught out like that in the future, we can just post up in a tent for a little while. Alright. And I think we should probably just drop some of this stuff off at the new place. Anything else we can take while we're over here? Pick that up. And what's in the fabricator? Ooh, way more weight than I can carry. Really? Maybe not? Can I take all of that? I can't move it all now. Let's throw all the gasoline in there. Is that enough to move? I didn't even look at my weight. No, we're like 100 pounds over. Now let's drop that. Really? Okay. And probably that too. And now we'll pick it up and put it in here for now. There you go. And how about this thing? If we pick that up, we're doing all right. So there we go. We can move a couple more things over. And we'll just do a little bit of that in between other trips that we need to make. All right, so while we're on the topic of, well, we weren't on the topic, but I'm gonna bring it up. What projects do you guys want me to see in this base, or want me to do in this base? I've got, like I said, moving over what we have, that's fine. What's the next step? What should we tackle next? You guys want to see more taming, more combat, more crafting, more base building? I know you'd like to have seen this one being built, I'm sure, but that aside, if we're going to add more buildings out here, we have plenty of room to do it. What should we make? I'm thinking at some point we might want to do an aviary with a big behemoth hatch roof so that we can, let's see, I'll just put stuff in here for now, so we can actually use the birds and things to go in and out from the hatch rather than having to go, oops, let's get that back. Rather than having to just land out in the open, we could have kind of a hatch roof aviary. That'd be, I think, kind of neat. Throw that in there. Throw that in there. Nope, not drop everything. Let's use this. Can we put the mortar and pestle on it? We sure can. There we go, that's effective. So we can look at both of those. Neat. Let's see, where's our refining forge? Let's put that. Can we put that out here? It has to be on a foundation, that's right. That might need to go out on the porch, because we don't really need to create any more heat in here. There it goes. Cook pot probably also ought to go out here for the same reason. There it is. And what about, we got some storage, we'll put that in the bedroom area. Fabricator, that's going to need to go in this big area back here. There we go, how's that? Pretty good. Yeah, I'll take it. And then let's go ahead and put these in the bedroom. So we'll probably end up putting extra gear and things in the bedroom area. But for now, let's just go ahead and get these chests in here. There we are. Yeah, I'm liking that. So we got our bed, couple of little chests, storage crates, whatever you want to call them. And that's looking pretty nice. Alright, so I think that's going to do it for today. Hopefully you guys liked this episode. If you did, please be sure to hit that like button. If you really liked it, then make sure to subscribe. And as always, I've been Brickwaffle. Thank you for watching.